Shit, you could go live using your phone. I mean, your computer.
I couldn't log in. I just tried it. You know shit be fucked up, man. I just tried to log in.
Terrible, man.
I know. Yeah. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Yes, sir. Welcome back to the SOAR Winner Podcast, episode 8. Episode 8. I am Sharon. We're gonna do it a little different today. Ave had a little personal family situation, so Ave won't be here today. So it's gonna be me and Rube running the pick and roll today. 2-man weave, all that. We got a lot of shit to talk about today. A lot of things has happened this week. A lot of shit. Most of the shit that happened this week, Rube, I know you don't really care about.
What? Like what?
I like the whole Jim Jones thing.
Nah, I was hearing some things.
Okay, come on.
I was hearing some things about Jim Jones. What's going on with him?
Okay, so Justin LeBoy kicked off his first episode of his new podcast.
He got another one?
Yeah. And
because he had to get away from.
Well, remember Kanye?
The one that shall not be named. Revolt TV.
Oh yeah, but he had one after that too. Remember Kanye was his first. So remember he interviewed. Remember the only Kanye interview last year? He did that. So he did one
when
interview.
He was in that green jacket.
I'm uncertain what color he had on, but yeah. So I feel like Jim Jones is only like his second or third guest because he hasn't had many episodes. However, going into it, so Jim Jones went on Justin LeBoy. So I don't know if you saw, but Cameron has another show as well. On Cameron's other show, he interviewed 50, and so I don't think he meant any malicious harm by it. But Cameron
was Cam and 50 beefing at one point.
Let me lay in this plane, Rube. Let me lay in this plane. So Cam asked 50 during their beef, how was it possible for him to get Jim Jones and Jewels there? But what Cam first prefaced it by saying was, what 50 didn't know is, go ahead.
Wait, start over. He said
he asked 50 during the beef with Cameron and 50 when he was doing Curtis and all that.
Yeah.
Jim Jones and Jewels went on stage and did balling with 50 in the middle of that beef.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I don't know if you remember that.
I remember. All right, go ahead. Okay.
So he said, Cam basically alluded to, them having internal issues with Dipset during that time, but no one knew it. So he asked 50 how was 50 able to just get Jim to do that. And that's basically the question, so how Justin LeBoy started off. So Justin LeBoy asked Jim about the same situation.
So wait, how did 50 manage to swing that then? No.
Because he's 50 at the time. Like, come
So
on, bro.
do-
You the biggest artist at the time. Jim Jones.
Okay, so he just used his leverage
Let me
as-
paint the picture. He's using his leverage. One, he's 50. Two, they was already beefing, so I'm sure Jims and Jewels was like, fuck it anyway, because that's around the time when Cameron sold Jewels.
Jims and Jewels.
He sold Jewels' contract for Def Jam for like $2 million and didn't say nothing to them niggas.
And Cam stabbed Jewels in the back by selling his contract to somebody else for $2 million.
Yeah, he could sold it to Jewels.
Okay, I didn't know the beef because when I was young and when this was happening, this was a beef I ignored. But go on.
So Jim's response was basically like, he's like, as Dipset, they were doing clubs. G-Unit was doing arenas. I have the biggest song at the time. I'm gonna go do this in front of his crowd. Makes sense to me. Beef or not.
It makes sense.
Beef or not, right?
You get money. We
but
all understand what this game is about, right?
For sure. And Jim, in Jim fashion, basically, in response to the question, was just like, them niggas be on my dick. I know. See, you guys with this dick stuff, man. You guys gotta stop playing with dicks. I'm gonna just be honest. Y'all gotta stop playing dicks. Y'all gotta stop telling. You can't tell a grown man. Back in my day, you tell somebody to suck your dick, you're gonna get your teeth knocked out. Yeah, that's why niggas walking around without teeth.
Yeah.
Mr. Suck My Dick Man. And that's just what it is. But yeah, so 50 has been responding all week. Cameron and Mace are on vacation. I'm anticipating Cameron's response, Mace's response. Now, if you remember, if we go back a couple years ago, Jim Jones was crying on Funk Master Flex about their friendship. And then Cameron responded and told how Mendices beat Jim Jones under a car. Jim started talking the tough shit. Jim, it was just, it's nasty. It's nasty, and 50 is involved. But
meanwhile, 50 sitting back eating popcorn like.
No. 50 sitting back instigating.
Yeah.
And what he don't want is 50 and Cam to join forces against him. Because it's just gonna be funny. It's gonna be memes. They're gonna have all these crying memes. And Jim's just gonna have to beat somebody up. And that's just what it's gonna have to be.
Jim too old to be beating people up. He
don't
have to
care.
eat it. Now he's just gonna have to eat it.
He don't care. I don't know. See, I was kind of outside.
I mean, he can not care all he wants.
During the Jim Jones run, and I'm talking about, look, hold on, Rube. During the Jim Jones run, even pre-balling.
Jim Jones like 60, 80?
Nah, he's not even 50. But my thing is, during the whole balling run, I was outside. And it was like, wherever I went outside, not quite. Let me explain. I was like in New York during that time.
I wasn't that much outside.
And that's what I'm saying. And every time I was at a club in New York, Jim Jones and 1,000 niggas was in there. Like, that's just how it was back then. It was always a fight.
Always a fight.
Yeah. Oh, that was the time. Like that was the time to be alive. That's when Lil Jon come on.
You could guarantee
Lil Jon, Lil Scrappy, any Atlanta song from the early 2000s come on.
No, that 50
it's a fight.
song. That 50 song. What up, blood?
Oh my God.
That was just.
Yo,
that was it. So you had to request the DJ not to play
That's
that.
what I'm saying. So this is back in the Wild Wild West days, Rube, where it was just bar fights, club fights. You know what I'm saying? So, and every time I was in the club, they was in the club, it was a fight. Every time, yo. Every time. And yeah, man, I don't want it to be bad because them niggas is old. And niggas don't need to be fighting. But
they all look old.
I wouldn't mind.
They all look old. Not one of them don't look old. 50 look old. Cam look old.
Cam look younger than everybody, actually. Cam got the new teeth. He doing his thing now. Cam got that new money.
He can't hide it, though.
He got that new money.
He can't hide it, though. You can't. Father Time always wins, my dude.
I agree. Father Time definitely always wins. However,
he can't hide it. I see it.
I mean,
now don't get me wrong. He do look the youngest out of everybody. Don't get me wrong, but I still see age.
Yeah, oh for sure, for certain. Moving along, I just was curious to know. Like, I just think that this could go really bad.
It's only going to be because Jim Jones take it too far.
You think it'll be Jim to take it too far with 50 and Cameron involved?
Because Jim is always going to want to fight.
Yo, do you hear the shit talk? Yo, I don't know if you watch their
Jimmy
show.
Is always
Mace be
want to
popping
fight.
mad shit.
He's just like Anthony Mason. He always going to want to fight.
Let me give you one more. And Cam and Mace have been basically subbing Jim for the most part.
See?
Like the whole time. Like basically laughing at him. Like,
because he's the only, you know why Jim's going to have to take it too far? Because he's the only one without
something to lose?
No, without this huge podcast, without the limelight.
All
right.
But,
so there's only one or two routes he's gonna be able to do. He's either going to crash out and go too far, or he's gonna start his own podcast.
Let me bake your noodle for a second. Jim just cashed out. So Jim, I'm sure he's not the founder of it, but during the pandemic, Jim was explaining on Just a Little Boy's show where he just sold the software that he created during the pandemic. Now, the software that he created during the pandemic is basically, which allows, so let's just say I'm here and you're home, and we're recording a song. We can do it simultaneously. He just sold that. He came up with that technology during the pandemic.
Wait. Slow down. You slow down.
Okay, so basically, if you're an artist and you have a studio set up in your crib,
right,
your laptop can connect via my laptop can connect via
to the console, to the main console,
to where you are,
to where I'm at. Okay.
So as I'm recording in real time,
yeah,
I can actually get it mixed in real time.
That's tight.
And he just cashed out. So
that's tight.
He ain't broke.
No. Oh, okay.
I definitely don't think Jim is broke at all. He sold that technology.
I didn't say he was stupid. No. I said he's gonna take it too far.
He's a great businessman, yes, but he definitely will take it too far. But I just think that Cam and 50 will also take it too far. And yeah. we're leaving out Mace here.
50.
We're leaving out Mace. But that's the problem. Jim really want to beat up Mace. That's the whole thing. He wants to beat up. He always wanted to beat up Mace. He never could beat up Mace because of Cameron. And now I think if Jim runs into Mace, it's going to be bad.
What's the point of that?
Well, Jim, all right. Yeah, I can't believe we even talking about this much. So Jim told the story about how Mace used to always shit on Cameron. So Jim basically said, and he talked about how Cameron jerked him. And that's how I was going to get back to the Jewels thing with the $2 million. So he said, listen, I was the CEO of Diplomats. Diplomats started at my grandmother's house. He had his first apartment was his grandmother's apartment. That's what him, Mace, Cameron, everybody used to be at that apartment with Jim. Jim basically saying, like, when it was time to cash out and everything, Cam didn't look out for niggas. He just took the money and ran, just like the same thing he did to Jewels. He didn't even give Jewels the opportunity to buy his own shit out. He just sold the shit.
I always wonder, is that why
I
Joel's
believe-
just kind of just fell off like a crumb?
Yeah.
But if Cam was here, Cam obviously would say it's different. And
Cam would say it's business, just like everybody else would say. Now
Okay,
everything is business. It is business.
So now it is business, right? But it's only business after everybody get their share, right?
It's good business if everybody gets their share. It's bad business if you leave niggas out in the cold, and I think that's another part of the reason why they're salty with him. You know what I'm saying? We can't be the founders of something, and then you take all the money.
Well, Sharon, I mean, forgive me, but how did it end up all in Cameron's hand?
Because Cameron was the poster child for it at the beginning. Cam's a poster child, so guess what? It's protect the money, right? Whenever somebody's the money, you got to protect the money. So if you're the guy, I'm gonna be Jim Jones and protect you at all costs, bro. Because if you're the reason why we made it out, and if you fall, we all fall. So it just so happened with them, they became separate entities, stars on their own.
Well, Cameron could have still did all of that, but what I'm saying, when it came to the money, right? Yes, he's the face of it, but there's still cogs that turn in the background, right? Mm-hmm. So if that's the case,
your cog got to get oiled. Pause.
Okay,
you got to oil them cogs, bro.
Right. So did Cameron oil the cogs? It sounds like he didn't.
No.
So it sounds like some asshole shit.
And that's why they're mad. I believe that's the true root of the situation. And so getting back to the story, that's what Jim was basically saying. Like he kind of like slid this, and he basically said, I knew at a young age niggas was funny style, but I still played my position. So he told us a couple of stories about Mace. He said, here's the thing. He said, Mace is Cam's man. Cam is my man. And, you know, we have situations like that. You know, we got different friend groups. Different niggas is different niggas' boys. Cool. He's basically saying that Mace would constantly shit on Cam. So he gave an example. One example was they just got back from tour there at the airport. Mace had a brand new Benz delivered to the airport. And it's him, Cam, and Jim. And Jim was like, well, at least he probably gonna take Cam. He's like, man, that nigga dropped the top, skirted on them niggas, said peace.
So, wow, he do not come across as that kind of asshole.
I see, bro, you be surprised, bro. I've seen a lot, like in my day, with people, once they achieved a certain success, they definitely look down on people, including the closest people to them. And if you ever notice,
it's probably hard not to.
No, it's not. Why you can't stay how you was?
It's hard.
What's so hard about it?
I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm saying it's hard.
I don't know, man. If I'm with you every day and I hit the fucking Mega Million route, I'm not gonna be different to you, bro. I'm not gonna be different.
Listen to
I'm not gonna be different, bro. And you see me with a lot of money a couple years ago. I don't change.
Hold on, no, let me.
I don't change.
Ron, let me explain.
Go ahead.
I'm not saying you're an asshole. What I'm saying is that in order to maintain the money, you're going to have to.
So he couldn't drive niggas from LaGuardia to Harlem? What? Why? I can't get a ride, my nigga?
Because, listen, now I'm about to explain. I'm about to explain why.
I carried your bags on tour,
I'm about to explain why.
All right, go ahead.
Because to do that means you on equal footing. And Mace didn't feel like he was on equal footing because probably around this time he was already cutting deals with Diddy.
No, he was already signed at the time.
He was already, technically, he was already bigger than him.
He was, but what does that have to do?
So
what does one have to do with the other, Ruben?
So no, you can't ride with me.
I was just your hype man and holding your. We just shared hotel rooms on tour, nigga.
Yo, life is funny like that.
That's. I think that's funny style, bro. I don't think
you can make it.
I think that's funny style.
I think it could be very. You could idealize what having money is. That's how I know, like, that having the real money would change you. Because once you get a taste of it, I'm not saying now you could be now. Look, I'm not saying it's not impossible to stay the same. I'm saying it's very hard.
Well, they say money enhances who you already are. So maybe he was already that way.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That
you see how that changed him so much. You see how it changed him so much in the pursuit. Hold on, in the pursuit of that money, He made you. He brainwashed.
I'm gonna
you.
give you another. Hold on. Wait,
That's
hold on.
how powerful
Watch this.
the money was. He brainwashed you into thinking he was a good guy.
Now that you say that, that brings me to another part of the story. So Jim was like, okay. So think about it like this. I was always a kid. I always had shit. I had sneakers and blah 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 blah. He was like, Mace used to get hand-me-down sneakers from Cam and shit. So, but that wouldn't make me shit on my man. That would. Rube, if you was giving me your hand-me-down sneakers and I came up,
he
nigga,
did.
here,
According
to,
but according to Jim, he didn't shoot. He didn't shit on his man. He shot. If he would have shitted on his man, he would have shot on Cameron. Jim Jones wasn't his man.
He shot on Cam is what I'm. That's the stories Jim was telling. He was shitting on Cam, and Cam is Jim's man. That's why Jim felt the way. That's what I'm saying. So he's like, any enemy of Cam is an enemy of me. That's the type of person I am. If you got beef with a nigga, that's my beef too. That's just how I am, bro. Like, I don't, like, that's the way my friendship goes. I can't explain.
Well,
I'm
can't
loyal
really
to my
be...
friend. If you was my friend first, you was my friend, my nigga. Like, fuck this nigga. Like, that's just me.
No,
right is right, wrong
I get
is
what
wrong
you mean. All right, now put $100 million in between us, and I guarantee you it's going to change. It's hard.
I don't know.
You put $200, you put $250 million in between one of us.
I have never been in that
shit
situation,
is gonna,
so
exactly.
I can't speak to it. But
so I already so if I assume the worst. So in the case you do start acting different, I don't feel bad.
See, I don't assume the worst. I just give people enough rope to do what they're gonna do, and then once it happens,
but that length of rope could take you out too. That length of rope could
that's a fact.
Could go ahead and trip you up too. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So you got to be careful with that too, on how much rope you give them and how much you do this and how much you do that. I guarantee you, we boys or whatever, I would expect you, however $250 million would go, I would expect you to change.
I wouldn't expect you to change because that's just how I am. See, that's the difference in people, right? So see,
I can't guarantee you I would be the same Ruben, Ron. Is what I'm saying. I can't guarantee you that. I can try. No. I'm going to try.
Again, neither of us have been in that situation, so we can only.
I could just see myself. You know how I am. The first thing I'm going to do is go into the woods and never be seen again.
Same. So I don't know.
And then you're going to be like, yo, why you don't call me no more and shit. And then
nigga, I'm gonna pull
right
up.
then and there,
nigga,
that changed.
Nigga, you know I'll pull right. Open the door, nigga. Knock on the window, nigga. All them shits. Open the fucking. I know you in there, bitch. Open the fucking door. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going right into the woods to South Carolina somewhere to never be seen again.
Nah. I don't know. I just don't agree with that. I just think friendship isn't cherished anymore the way it once was. I think the world is so different now. I was just having a conversation with my little brother yesterday. We was talking about young niggas. And the moral of the story was that these young niggas coming up now, they wasn't raised with respect. Like there's no respect your elders because they have young ass parents who outside doing them and ain't worried about what they doing. So exactly. I think that's why we got this new fucked up generation. What up, y'all? What up, chat? What up? All right, let's move along. Mm-hmm. We talked about the gym show. I guess there's no honor amongst thieves then.
It's very little.
Damn it, man.
And you, like I said, you can try, and there's nothing wrong with trying, but it can only be as good as your try is going to be. You get what I'm saying?
That's a fact. Because
you're going to want to do things with your money that is not going to include.
But what that got to do with it?
You're going to be gone. You think you're going to be able to stay comfortably where you at and just make deals from your room?
Never. But
right then and there, that's going to make things change.
I'm just not money.
I gotta go to work.
Make me act different.
You gotta catch a flight.
That's cool, but what I'm saying is, we just all got off the same plane. You got this big body Benz here. You can't drop niggas off?
Nah, cause I gotta take my big body Benz to go get into a bigger plane.
No,
and
they
leave
just
your
got off a plane.
No, but I'm going somewhere. See. Look, you don't need to know.
I think you ain't hear the story.
We all got off on the plane. You don't need to know.
All right, we gonna move along. We got a lot of topics today. All right, which one you want to tackle first, Rube? You want to go to this Atlanta snowstorm? You want to talk about these California wildfires? You want to talk about
at what point? Let's go with the snowstorms. At what point is some of these states going to
prepare?
Yes.
Never. So remember the whole Texas debacle, right? They had like 1,000-car pile up when they got like a half inch of snow. Their roofs were even caving in Texas when that happened. Atlanta, They acting like in Atlanta, they would get more snow than Texas, but
Well, they building different.
where
They're
is the
building.
preparation? I guess my question is with the governments, right? Because we just talked about this in the car. Where's the preparation? Like for example, right? If Texas had all that snow, let's just say they don't got salt. They got buku sand down there. Why they ain't sand them roads? It's the same shit. They didn't sand the roads. They prepared none.
The sand will turn into basically cement. It's
No,
what I'm saying is
they use sand as salt as well, Rue.
not to melt
I've seen
snow.
it. I've seen
no,
it.
you're not going to use that to melt snow.
They've
You
definitely-
talking about sand? You talking about sand to put out fires?
No, I'm talking about the sand for the snow.
I don't think that's. I don't think
They
that's a
use
good
sand
one.
here, Rue, in Jersey. I'm telling you.
That's for grip, but not to melt.
Maybe
snow.
that's what it's for the grip then.
Yeah, for grip,
Well,
but
put the
not-
shit down for the grip then, nigga. Put the shit down. Something.
No, but you got to melt the snow first. So what I'm saying is that it seems to me that taxpayers' money is being wasted, or more likely laundered away in some various form through the governments, because
Those laundered the niggas' pockets. That's where it's going. The
okay.
officials.
So that's what I mean by laundered away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You're basically you're realizing the people's money, and you're doing other things with it.
For sure.
So it's just government waste. Like, I don't understand. Like, this isn't the first snowstorm that's happening. Even in Georgia, like, you should
That's
you should
what
have
I'm
a
saying.
silo of salt on standby.
Somewhere. So according
Where's the money going?
from what I was told, they don't have many plows there. They don't have shit. And as the videos we just saw, and you know, you see what's going on. They just gotta wait for it to melt, and it won't be there that long. But there has to be better preparation, even
Well,
down
maybe
to the California fires, bro.
It didn't seem like it was that. I don't know. I don't live there, but the internet didn't make it seem like it was that bad. It was just a bunch of hoes out there taking pictures in the snow.
Well, they was that part too, because some of them haven't seen it before. So I mean, you got to think about it. Snow for some people, bro. Think about it. There's some states that never get snow, right? People have never
That's
seen.
true.
There's some people never seen snow in real life.
That's true.
And that's crazy to me. But I just think that there has to be, shout out to my man Sean in the chat, there has to be some sort, like, these governments have to start being held responsible for them not being prepared for things that they should have, like common sense things that they should absolutely be prepared about, such as these fires in California.
Well, I think a big issue is that people are not civically involved enough. And what I mean by that is, like,
I get it.
they only care about.
They only vote for the president. They don't care
Yeah.
about the senators and governors.
They're not caring about
Mayors.
who's
In charge.
really doing it and really looking at what they believe in and what's their policy.
Is it that, or is it those people in those jobs also that have to make themselves be known? Let me give you an example. We see Cory Booker all the time. We hear Cory Booker all the time, right? I don't hear about no other senator or guy from any other state more than I hear about Cory Booker.
Well, crooked politicians who just want to stay in power and not worry about re-election would love for you not to pay attention to what they're talking about. But it's up to you as the person that lives in the state to do your own research. People got to open up a book. They can't rely
On the internet?
Yeah.
On Instagram news?
They can't rely on Instagram news. They can't rely on Twitter news for up to a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to seek out the information. Like, if you want information on your city council, they have to publicly list it by law.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be hard to go find out what they want to do and what policies they voted for,
Right.
and what they stand on. And if they don't stand on what you want, then vote them out, or at the very least don't vote for them. Vote for the other person so they can get primaried out. It's not about voting for if you're
The
Democrat.
opposition. Right.
Yeah,
I get it.
is vote for a different person.
Mm-hmm.
Stop assuming that the person you've always been voting for is always going to have your best interests at heart, because they don't. You got to make them fear losing their job, or they're never going to work for the people.
Got it. All right. On to California. And
It's not funny, but
we was cooking, and we was cooking in the car regarding this California thing, and you enlightened me on some things that I wasn't even aware about that was happening there. And back to preparation, Ruben. Why isn't it water in these fire hydrants? That's my first question.
The environmentalists that are in charge of California and making policies based on those environmental policies or whatever, making laws and policies, they want to save this specific.
Speak up, please.
They want to save this specific fish.
This is all over a fish?
Possibly. It may be even more to it, but for as far as the public knows,
this is the first time I heard the fish theory. I haven't heard this theory of the fish.
Hold on.
Okay.
So apparently the reason why everything is so, the fires are happening because everything is so dry. And everything is so dry because there's no water that's basically moistening the soil in the hills of
Los Angeles.
Right? And the reason for that is because they're diverting the water to make it better for this fish. They're diverting the I think, I don't know. Let's just
we just don't say it's for the fish.
We just they doing something with the water that's
my
supposed to come.
Today. I'm about to Google that shit.
Okay, I think it's called the smelt. Google smelt in California and wildfires. Those three words, those three phrases. So they're doing something with the water, and they're ending up diverting the water into the ocean instead of using it, letting the fresh water from the mountains come down and moisten.
Where are they diverting this water from?
The mountains of California. You know there's mountains in California.
No, I'm aware of that. So
in Sacramento, above Sacramento.
So that's
all that snow
so the
melt.
water's actually coming from California, nowhere else.
Rainwater and snow melt comes down from the north and cuts
the
through.
north, as in Canada, or the north of California.
The north of California, including Canada, including all those areas. All that water rushes down.
No, let me understand you, because I think you explained it better in the car. But didn't you tell me that they were actually running? They were California's water to this reservoir that leads to the ocean is coming from. You gonna bring it? You gonna land a plane?
I'm gonna.
Okay.
It eventually. It starts in the mountains. It starts in the north, in the north of the planet.
Okay.
The rainwater, all that stuff comes down from the mountains of Canada. It goes through Oregon. It goes through Washington State. It ends up. It comes from the mountains, or it just comes from higher elevations. What I'm trying to convey from you.
Okay.
To you, and water goes from high to low. All right. So all the snow melt that's coming from the mountains of California, right, runs down south through the state in what we call rivers, right? And sometimes those rivers pool in lakes, in reservoirs and such, right? And that water, you ever dropped a droplet of water on a piece of napkin?
Okay.
And you notice how it absorbs it at the spot, but it expands. It keeps coming out.
That would be the same thing if it rained, et cetera, et cetera.
Et cetera, right? So now the water is not coming from the north anymore to moisten the soils in the hills of LA.
So is it safe to say that maybe there was drought? Was it drought going on in California?
It leads to droughts, yes. It leads to excessive dryness. It leads to droughts. All the natural reservoirs and stuff that normally happens doesn't happen, and it just becomes super dry. Now, you also have superheated winds that whip from the deserts of Nevada, and they whip. If you're looking at a map, they whip east to west.
Okay.
Hot air, right? And that dries it out even more. So it dries it out to the point where even a little speck will just start a fire. So you have that aspect. Then you have the aspect, because there's no waters in the reservoirs that feed the fire hydrants. There's no water in the fire hydrant.
That's my question, Ruben. How does that become a thing?
All they gotta turn the spigot on. That's all they gotta do is turn the spigot on, and have the water flow from the dam instead of diverting it back into the ocean. You divert it back down south.
Again, that's my thing is.
Why would you do that? To save this
Ruben,
stupid fish.
A fire can happen, just a normal fire, just a house fire.
Yeah.
Could happen on a random Tuesday.
Yeah.
Why isn't there available water in these fire hydrants to fight said fire?
Because they're diverting the bulk of it out into the ocean.
So, do you not see a problem with what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
Let me read to what you said real quick. A small fish is at the center of misinformation and finger pointing over the LA County fires. This is according to NBC News.
Mm-hmm.
According to some politicians and influencers, a small fish called the Delta smelt is to blame for the wildfires that have devastated the Los Angeles area this week. Prominent figures, including President-elect Trump, said policies related to the endangered Delta smelt affects how much water can be pumped out of the fish's habitat in the Sacramento San Joaquin Delta. They added that that's the cause of the water supply issue faced by the firefighters laboring to stop the blazes. 3 water tanks and some fire hydrants temporarily lost water because of the high demand Tuesday, officials have said. What I'm getting at is, so you have an endangered sardine. You see the fish? I'm thinking this is some tilapia, whiting type fish. These are little minnows.
But the minnows feed the bigger fish, and the bigger fish feed the bears. You get what I'm saying? And then the bears take care of the deer, so you don't have deer. I mean, even though you still have deer, but it starts from the bottom. So I can understand what the EPA may be saying. I could even possibly see some logic in it, right? So why not let the water come down from the mountains and then divert it at the last second so that it moistens the rest of the state, and then you can still have it go off to where it's going to go. Right? There's other ways to solve the problem and have water still be available to LA.
Again, Rube.
But they're not doing that.
Where is the blame being pointed?
Hold on. They're not doing that because that costs money, right? That they want to use to do some other bullshit, to go study why kids in Africa want to get their dicks chopped off.
I got you. Here's a better question. Who's to blame for this?
Progressivism. When you have the policies, right? So who's writing the policies to say that it's illegal to do X, Y, and Z, and that's why it's so dry out here, right? People are, right? You got people who vote for these people, right? So you got the crazy environmentalists voting in progressive leaders who don't really know how to run things. They only know how to manage things. They don't know how to run things. So when they have a problem, they don't know how to.
People don't realize a manager and a leader are two different people.
Totally two different people.
Right.
Right? So it takes a different kind of person to lead.
Again, I feel like someone has to have the finger pointed. Somebody gotta get fired, bro.
What's good? Once they fire them, they just gonna hire some other fucking blue-haired freaks to run the place, and they're gonna do the same shit again. It's a continue. The people have to say enough is enough. Out of all this stuff right now, mind you, California has been a Democratic state, a Democrat stronghold, a left-wing stronghold for decades.
Mm-hmm. Schwarzenegger a Democrat?
Huh?
Schwarzenegger wasn't a Democrat, right? Schwarzenegger. He was the governor. He was a Republican.
Oh.
They definitely had a
he was
reign.
yeah, he was.
They had a reign, bro.
Okay, no,
they had a real regime.
That's not. They still voted 80% for Kamala.
Gotcha. But she ran against him. She was his.
No, I'm just saying. And if you break down
in general, I got you.
In the general election, right? So you're voting in the same kind of policies over and over and over and over and over again, and now it's starting to manifest itself into.
It's basically starting to show its face now.
Shit
is morphed. Shit has evolved and it became worse. Instead of having the problem fixed. Got you.
Yeah.
All right, man. I don't know, man. I just think that. Well, okay. And last part about the wildfires. Do you think that there are actual people setting them purposely? Or do you think that
it's possible that's true or whatever? But see, here's the thing. you got people that's doing it on purpose, and then you got people that did it by mistake, right? But it didn't have to be as bad as it was.
It just looks.
If there was water available.
So you're saying okay? Now I'm seeing.
So
I'm seeing
hold on now.
online.
Let me land this other plane, right?
Okay.
Now the government also of California also has a responsibility to clean up all the dry brush. Right? You should be able to go to forests in California and basically see right through the mother.
But see, Rube, that's what's crazy to me, because who's in charge of cleaning the brush? Like think about how much. Like, for example, think about all the forests here, right?
Your
And I know it's
elected
different.
officials.
And I know it's different here. The forest is different here, right? But think about how big and all the trees. Like, how long would it take to do that? Like, it's
well,
a lot,
if you go back and look, you'll start to see where they invested less and less money to management of the forest management. Mm-hmm. You got to look at the amount of dollars that the state of California set aside to forest management, and you'll see that it goes down.
You know, the funny thing is, and
it wasn't like this before
until you started talking about this and talking about how dry the land was. I've seen several other countries do forest floodings. Wouldn't that make more sense?
Well,
at least the ground is moist.
You don't want to flood it with like something like they don't have enough. But see, they don't have enough water. They don't have enough fresh water to do something like that, and that's number one. You can't use ocean water because the salt will ruin the soil. So you can't do that. So you have to be innovative, and you have to spend the money to solve your own problem. If you Sharon. Picture yourself, Sharon. Mm-hmm. Instead of your name, Sharon, your name is California, and my name is New Jersey, right? I have to do things in my house to keep it maintenance up and the shit standing up, and there's things that you have to do.
We're totally different.
That's going to be totally different, but it's still management.
Maintenance. Yeah, it's still
right. So if you're diverting the money that helps that take care of that, well,
how's it gonna get done?
Yeah.
Point taken, Rube. All right. Damn. I don't know, man. I would just want to blame somebody for this shit. Like, I feel like this got to be one single person.
What, the mayor's getting blamed?
It's bigger
the
than
governor,
the mayor.
Gruesome Newsom is getting blamed, but the people have to research. The people have to research their elected officials and just stop going to the polls and just pulling the lever for whoever's on there that got the D or R next to. Even the Republicans are D or R next to their names, right? They actually got to literally do their own research on these people and find out what they really about.
Rube, the chat has a question for you. They said, ask him, do he think America is the root God's judgment place taking? That's what
they want to know if California is, what's happening in California is
prophecies is what he's saying.
Prophecies.
This called dead air.
No, but I think if it was really prophecies, I think meteors would be coming from the sky and like all falling specifically on California and nowhere else. If it's like that, I really think this is just literally straight up bad management, and I think maybe that even God is like, well, see, look, this is what you get.
How do you feel about keeping it on California? What's up with these insurance companies that canceled? Well, first of all, there was that clip.
If all your bad policies from all your progressivism, right, remind you, they don't know how to run a business. They only know how to manage it. They don't know how to lead a business, create a business. They was all born with silver spoons in their mouth. You understand? Mm-hmm. So they don't know how to solve problems. So they're creating.
Then they shouldn't have the job. Why do you have the job if you?
But it's
you have
easy.
to
produce
results on every job, bro.
But see, with politicians, it's easy to just say you can do these things and have people just believe you, and because the people don't read.
You could talk a good one. You basically could be a politician. I'm gonna run for mayor one day.
They don't read. Right? It's and hold on. And so the insurance companies.
Yeah, back to insurance, please.
So the insurance companies are leaving because it's hard for them to operate because the state of California is making it hard for them to operate as an insurance business.
All right, so just help me understand this, Rube, because I just don't
How,
understand.
like,
So let's just say I moved in this area, right? Fuck that. I'm gonna change it to Jersey type shit. I moved in a flood zone here in Jersey, right? The insurance companies around the world know it floods here, same way they know that they get wildfires in California. My insurance company could just cancel on me?
Yeah, because if I'm State Farm, right, and I'm insuring the people that live on your block, the block of California, right, and you as the governor of that block of California is creating laws that says we're not going to prosecute you if you steal under $1,000.
That one's crazy.
I have to insure your businesses. So when the people burn and loot and they steal, and the business, what does the business people do that own the store? They call me the insurance company. Now I gotta pay out of pocket because of your bad policies.
Check it.
So no, I don't want to insure your goddamn block no more.
You know what's funny? Now that you say that, Rube, California is lucky to have had insurance since the riots. That's when if I own State Farm, I would bake your noodle.
I wouldn't even insure California since then. You want me to bake your noodle? You're just noticing it's gotten so bad that you're now noticing it's way worse than.
It just came to my mind when you said that.
Guess what? They've been canceling policies since the riots.
Because think about it, they had, I believe it was like $8 billion in damage in the early 90s.
Now listen to how ass backward our people is. Now you'll go on the internet and look at our people and what they'll say. Yeah, burn that shit down. Burn that shit down. Steal that shit. They got insurance. They got insurance to pay for it. Where's your jobs now? Where's your jobs?
I mean, I can't even dispute that. I can't dispute that. I can't dispute it. I would just so it just was baffling to me that
and then you
an
wonder
insurance company that knows that this is an occurrence.
You think the insurance companies are not? They hire risk management. They hire people. People get paid to calculate the risk of insurance. And you think those people don't watch the news? You think those people don't know what's really going on? You think these people are not plugged in? They have unlimited corporate money. They see everything.
You know, until you said that, I didn't even think of it that way. I never thought of it that way. It almost feels not that it feels. It sounds illegal to be able to do that. In my eyes. Same.
If you want to know the answer I'll tell you this all the time. If you want to know the answer to any mystery, just follow the money.
That's a fact. That's a bar. You spitting now.
You're going to find that just follow the money. It always goes back to the money. Now, all insurance. Now, the businesses is not doing business in California no more. All that tax money, all that revenue, California is not seeing like they are. So where did they getting the extra money for whatever they want? Now here's where the conspiracy comes in, and the state might be setting the fires so they can get money from the government.
Well, see, now here's the thing: on Instagram, they were catching guys with blowtorches starting fires. Now, from what I noticed, because I pay attention to shit. When there was a wildfire before, the last wildfire last year.
Remember like 4 years ago, we was hearing that California was getting so much rain that it was floods. It looked like Noah's Ark out there. Where did all the water go?
Well,
they didn't save none of that water.
Evaporate.
Listen, you can save water. You can do that
in reservoirs and dams. So
yeah,
and that's the thing. LA
it's
got
possible.
That strip. You know that thing. It's famous. It's in every movie. That big canal that runs through LA. It goes like this. It's almost like the one in Irvington.
Yeah.
No water. It's more water in the one in Irvington than there is in LA. At least it's a stream that runs through there. And the one in LA, there's no fucking water.
You're not.
Why isn't that filled? That should be filled to the brim. At all times.
Actual elected officials.
Actual
elected officials.
It just seems like common sense things, though.
Actual elected officials. So, what I'm saying is that it's just gross mismanagement, and it's all coming to a head.
Okay.
It's all coming to a head.
All right. Moving right along. I want to talk about something that I'm sure you don't know about, but I'll just brief you on the story. with it because I wasn't aware of it until yesterday, and then I saw it, and it one touched me. Anything with kids gonna make like pull a heartstring for me, and it just was crazy because it wasn't like really. It was on the news for sure, but it wasn't like nationalized news. So there's a rapper from Houston. His name is Trey the Truth. Right? He's an activist.
Him. I remember.
He's an activist. He took the bullet out of his arm on live one time, but he's known for doing good. He's known for doing more good, a lot of good. He's a big activist guy. He's big in his community. He's big in Texas. So Trey the Truth has custody of one of his children, a little girl, 6-year-old little girl. Well, in August, the little girl went with her mother, who doesn't have custody of her, and never returned. His daughter was actually found on the California border of Mexico, about to enter Mexico when they found her. I don't have any daughters, but I have sons, so I would still feel away. As a father of a daughter, and so they just found her 2 days ago.
I heard parts of the story. I mean, I just read like a headline. I didn't really pay attention. But go on. 2 days ago, what?
Yeah, so they found it 2 days ago. But there was a video on the news of him reuniting with the daughter, and the daughter was almost reluctant to go to him, but she lived with him the whole time prior to this. Like he always had custody of her. So I'm thinking like, damn, well, was the mother brainwashing her? Why was the mother? And see, the news left out a lot of details. They didn't say if she was with the mother. They didn't say if she was with
all right. Let's slow down.
Okay.
Let's notice some things, whatever, right? So we know Trey the Truth not to be some kind of abuser, right?
Right?
I think we can just Then again,
we don't know what people do in the house.
We don't know what they do in the house.
We didn't know what Diddy was doing.
We don't know what Diddy was doing. I feel like I heard that she went to a therapist and they said that she's exhibiting signs of like family separation. So
separation anxiety.
So somebody took her. And hold on. So somebody took her and that she didn't want to get taken. So obviously it was the mother. So it definitely just sounds like. Now how long was she?
6 months.
She definitely got brainwashed.
Bro, it was. In watching the video, I'm like.
Now was the mother around on a normal before all of this?
I don't think so because he had custody of the baby.
So we know the mother is crazy because you got to be crazy as a woman to lose
custody of your child.
That's just one of the things.
Or you don't have the means and he does. Now he's a rapper.
But that's why they would just make him pay like hella child support.
Not if he say, "Yo, I want this baby for me." Then no, that's the thing with people get.
No. Hold on. Let me. Hold on. If you don't have to be let's just say
you don't have to be the millionaire, but you got.
Hold on.
Let's have a better living situation for the kid.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
All right. If it's a father and the mother, let's say the mother is, let's say the father he's a millionaire, right? Mm-hmm. And the mother is. She makes $120,000 a year, right? So she doesn't make $2 million a year. She makes $120,000 a year. They are not going. If she wants 50-50 custody, they are not going to take.
Right, but Rube, that's like
they're just gonna pay him.
Though,
they're just gonna have him pay her.
Ain't too many.
So if he has full custody, then she must really be effed up. Is what I'm just putting at. Right, so she must really be effed up in some way, shape, or form. I don't know what.
Or she can have a job. They live in Texas, making $20,000-$30,000 a year. And guess what? I have a house. I have
$20,000-$30,000 a year. Well,
I know in Texas.
No. Not even that. As long as okay. Me as the $2 million a year guy can have a house of 10 rooms, whatever, right? Mm. But she don't need a equal house of 10 rooms. She just needs a 2-bedroom house.
But what if she doesn't have that? Then you can get her.
Okay, that's something different.
And that's what I'm assuming is happening in this case. We don't know.
So she's so crazy, so destitute.
No, she just doesn't have a good job. He met a normal girl. He's a rapper. He has money. He's wealthy. And this normal girl got pregnant, and she tried to take him to child support court. He said, "No, I'll take the baby. I ain't paying her shit. I can provide more for this girl. I can give her a better education, better school. I live in a better area."
Okay. That's different. That's a different scenario.
That's what it is most of the time.
But she to get the child support, she's foregoing the 50-50 custody type of thing.
Well, there's nothing she can do because he's gonna have a good lawyer because he got money.
But if she was right in that, but she was right in the head. Listen, but if she was right in the head, he wouldn't be saying X, Y, and Z.
Perhaps we don't know. Again, we don't know. It's speculation.
Well, then again, the big joker. If you're a father that really doesn't want to be the guy that does
he's gonna say. Go ahead.
No. If you want to be the father that really doesn't do the want to see your kids and you really want them, you can definitely advocate for sole custody. And because you make so much money, you blow her out the water. You can get away with that.
Right. Well, that's how it works most of the time, bro. Because when
you're a man, you gotta
be the super breadwinner in order to win.
You can only get away with that if you. The only way you get away with that is if you advocate for sole custody.
Right. You have to advocate for it, and like I said,
a lot of dudes are just cool with the 50-50.
But it's always levels to this. And on any level of court, you show up with a lawyer is different for you.
That's another thing.
I'm sure she didn't have a lawyer. I'm sure he had a good one.
But see, her being a woman, the state is going to provide her with a
whatever.
lawyer.
But she did. She's gonna get a shitty ass public defender. While I got this bulldog attorney that's gonna eat that public defender alive.
I get that part. I understand that, but I'm just talking about for the average person.
Yeah.
Right? Let's just say you don't have that powerful thing. Let's just say you have a lawyer, and she has a lawyer provided her by the state. Normally, these lawyers fucking know each other, and they be cutting deals anyway. You know what's going to happen after that fucking... They're going to go and call each other. It's like, all right,
drinks. No, they're going to have drinks.
Yeah, like, all right, what do you want?
Yeah. They're going to have drinks and shit. They're going to be chilling. Because that's what they do. We saw that happen with this damn YSL trial. All the judges knew each other. Fonnie Williams was fucking everybody. And you know what I'm saying?
Fucking everybody.
He coming for her ass too. You know that, right?
Fucking everybody.
He coming for her ass. She's out of. She's about to get smoked, nigga. She about to get smoked. She's still getting caught with this guy. She's still running around with the guy that she said she has no relationship with.
She's still sucking Wade off.
And Wade there for the ride, bro. That's probably the most money Wade ever made in his life. She paid him $700,000, bro. Like, that's probably the most money. She's taking him on trips, buying Range Rovers. Come on, bro.
I feel bad for the wife. His wife.
Why? That's his ex-wife. He ain't with her no more.
I know, but
I'd have left her too. Old girl giving me $600,000.
She got cheated on and just left.
We don't know if she got cheated on. It's alleged. Like, that's alleged. We ain't gonna just throw that smut on his name. Oh, your man's Larry said they do not grant public defenders in family court. Y'all on here just chatting. That's what Larry said. He one of them guys. Well, okay. Larry, everybody,
cool, then.
Everybody don't be in and out of child support court like that, Larry.
All right, man. Not a public defender like a what's the name, Larry? Just a lawyer for this whole proceeding.
Yeah, a court-appointed lawyer, but I assume that they don't. That's probably just criminal. Public defender's probably just criminal. It sounds more because it's defending the public.
I never said public defender specifically. I just said lawyer.
Yeah, man. This ain't law for workers, nigga. We don't know that. We don't know all that shit, bro. Come on. Stall him out.
Cut us some slack. Yeah,
all right.
We're just chatting.
Yeah, I guess we is.
Like we got some power.
Chatty Patty.
Like we got power.
I'm a single father with custody. Hey,
God.
You the man.
You the man
for that.
You the man.
So, all right. Moving right along. I want to talk about what we saw in the car briefly on my Explore page. Ladies,
Coy Lorraine.
Yeah, like ladies. All right, I'm gonna break it down to when I was like a 13-year-old boy, right? Rube, when you was a 13-year-old boy, I don't know if this worked for you, if it went for you the way it did for me, but I believe it did. If a girl had a dress on, and you just caught a peek of some panties, you was happy, right? You're like, oh shit, son, she had on her shits with the Minnie Mouse, son. Now, it's coochie in your face everywhere.
24/7.
So, why we talking about this is...
They devalued the pussy.
Well, first of all, my Explorer page is in shambles. Let me just say that. Like
you like one model on Instagram and that algorithm will tailor that shit.
My Explorer page is pretty much Twitter porn. So, it was a picture of Coy Leray pregnant, spread eagle.
She been pregnant for like 22 minutes.
Yo, she's 26 minutes pregnant, and she just spread eagle with the whole like twat shot out. So I was just saying to Rube, like nothing's left to the imagination no more. Like you already know what the girl pussy look like before you even hit. So like, where do we go from here, yo? Like, where do we really go from here? Think about it. You used to have to wait. Like now, bro, I swear, y'all meet a girl, I got the nudes the same day. You get the number, she be like, whoop, here you go. Whoop. You like, oh, well, thanks. Like, getting a nude without having to ask is amazing. By the way, ladies, that's what niggas want. But niggas don't want your shit on Instagram all day. Like, don't nobody want to see that. I want to be surprised. Like, there's no element of surprise. It's like, every girl that got nipple rings, every girl that got the pussy ring, you can see it. They showing it. Like, they making sure. I think they squeeze their nipples before they take the picture.
Yo, I'm looking at this picture. I'm looking at this picture. This bitch look dead in the eyes. You sure she not held hostage?
She fucking with Trippie Redd.
Look, this bitch dead in the eyes. Look at her in the eyes.
I wish I could show you guys for context. I will. You'll see the picture pop up.
All you can do is just.
I would be so.
She's just dead in the eyes.
Trippie Redd, you know what Trippie Redd need to do?
Like no soul back there.
You know what Trippie Redd need to do? He need to screenshot that for the day she put him on child support and be like, she out here doing this. This is what she was doing pregnant. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. That's how you get her in child support, man. Bring that video of her twerking and it's over. She just spread eagle though, bro. Like, I just don't understand the point in the world we at now. For example, like, everybody's so expendable now. Like, you meet a girl, you don't even fight for it no more. Like, niggas ain't in R&B groups outside singing in front of girls' windows no more. Like, it's just like, yo, tomorrow I could just go on my phone and pick whoever. How do you think this will ever change, Rube? With regard to, like, the way it's going, or do you think it's moving to be worse? Like, what my son's got to look forward to? Your
son's got to look forward to having high school girlfriends and getting their heart broken by them being on the internet, or they're going to be going through some shit like they're going to be going through the same things we go through when we find chicks got pictures on their phones, like
of other dudes,
like just of them doing questionable shit, right? Like, imagine if Instagram was there think about it. Imagine if Instagram was there when we was in high school.
No, see that, yo, bro.
And all the shit that's gonna come with that shit. Like, bro,
I'm happy that we had the era that we had, because I know how to live without a phone. Like, yo, bro, I didn't look at my phone all day yesterday. I didn't touch my phone not one time yesterday, and I'm like, damn, that shit felt kind of good. But I barely called anybody yesterday. So I guess, like, my point is, will chivalry ever come back, or is it just done? Is done because there's no more morals, there's no respect, there's no respect your elders. All that's done.
It'll still be there, but you won't. It's just not going to be. It's just not going to be mainstream. It's just chivalry hasn't died, and it's just. It's
but it's not expected. It used to be expected.
That's what it is.
It used to be an expectation before.
It can't be expected no more. It's not going to die, but it just can't be expected.
Not even expected. It used to just be like law. Like, it was law before.
It was before it was expectations. You was expected to hold the door for the lady. You know what I can't stand? Holding the door for a lady and then she don't say thank you. I'll be mad.
Hey, yo, I used to help
make me not want to hold the door for nobody.
I used to help every lady on my block growing up with their groceries in the house. I don't see kids doing that shit no more. I used to help everybody on the block. If I see somebody parents pull up, I'm helping them bring the shit in the house, bro. Kids don't do that no more. They don't respect anything. All they respect is disrespect. And we're going to end on that note.
All right, guys.
Thank you for tuning in to the SOAR Winner Podcast, episode 8. And yeah, I appreciate everybody here. Shout out to the chat. The chat, y'all was lit today, actually. We gonna get to y'all. Look, they asking to come on. They were like, yo, put the phone to the microphone, all that shit.
They want calls.
Oh, they was going crazy. Yeah, I know. We gotta do phone calls now. Anywho,
you gotta progress. We just started.
Yeah, all they expect is disrespect, guys. SOAR Winner Podcast. I'm Sharon. That's Rube. Abe was here in spirit. We out.
Bye.
Drop my bomb. Right. Yeah.